Am I the asshole for canceling my parents' anniversary gift after they uninvited my husband because he's a waiter? I, 28 female, have been married to my husband, 30 male, for 3 years. He's an amazing partner and works as a waiter at a high-end restaurant, which he loves. My parents have always been a bit snobby about this job, making comments like, when will he get a real career? That's not nice. A few months ago, my siblings and I planned a big surprise party for my parents' 30th anniversary. I was covering the majority of the cost because I'm in a better financial position. Invitations were sent, catering was booked, and everything was set. Last week, my mom called me and said they were uncomfortable with my husband attending because some of their prestigious friends would be there, and they didn't want to be embarrassed by his job. I was stunned. I told her that was cruel and unacceptable, but she doubled down saying it's just one night and he should understand. I immediately canceled the entire party, letting my siblings know why. They're furious with our parents, but think canceling was too extreme since the party wasn't just for them, it was for the whole family. My parents are devastated and calling me selfish, saying I ruined their milestone. Am I the asshole? You are the biggest monster alive and walking for not graciously bowing down to your parents' reasonable demand that your husband go sit in the fucking corner and avoid contaminating their big old soiree with his terrible I serve food energy. How dare you have respect for your spouse so that they can show off in front of their prestigious friends who are probably just there to eat the fucking food anyway. You canceled the party? Outrageous. You shouldn't have done that. Listen, child, please, okay? If it was me, I would have canceled the party. They wouldn't have gotten a gift either. And I don't care what anybody has to say because you don't have respect for my husband. I am the one that's putting in most of the money. So yeah, I am going to cancel everything that I've done and you guys can have your own party by yourself. You didn't ruin anybody's milestone or whatever the hell they said. No, you didn't. What you did was ruin the opportunity for them to show off in front of their friends. What does your husband's job have to do with anything? What does him being a waiter have to do with anything? If you are happy in your relationship and you are happy with what your husband does and you guys are fine in your relationship, I don't see what the fuck that has to do with your parents. Are they fucking him? Is your mom and your dad fucking your man? Why are they all up in y'all business like that in the first place? And then gonna ask the man, when is he going to get a real career? When the fuck are you gonna mind your fucking business and stay out of my motherfucking business? He's lucky because some other spouses, they don't give a fuck. They will confront your parents and say whatever the fuck they need to say to your parents. They are rude and disrespectful. So yeah, you did right. If my man can't come, I'm not fucking coming. The fuck? I'm not about to fucking skin up y'all fucking teeth on my motherfucking dime, on our motherfucking dime. I don't fucking think so. Are you the asshole? No. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter I never married her mother because I did not love her? I, 38 male, married to my amazing wife, Callie, who's 29. We're currently expecting our first child together as Callie is 6 months pregnant. I have a daughter from my previous relationship, Beth, 15. Beth's mother and I share 50-50 custody, and the situation is a little complicated because Beth's mother has been turning our daughter against my wife. Callie is very nice and understanding, but Beth is giving us a hard time. Her mother keeps filling her head with lies and personal things from my relationship with her that should not be discussed with a teenager. Bottom line is that Beth is convinced that it's not fair for me to have married my wife and never her mother. I recognize these are her mother's words because I know she's bitter. I'm married and I'm happy with my wife while I have always refused to marry her. Earlier today, my wife was not feeling good because she's pregnant and was resting in our bedroom. Beth wanted to listen to music in the living room, and I asked her to please lower the volume as Callie was trying to sleep. Beth got mad and started shouting that I prefer Callie over her just as I prefer her over mom. I told her I had enough, and if she wanted to hear the adult version of why I married Callie and not her mother, then I will tell her everything. I told her I married Callie because I love her and I want to spend my life with her, but I never loved her mother. The only reason I stayed with her mother after Beth was born was because she told me that if I break up with her, she will not allow me to see my daughter anymore. I told Beth that I have sacrificed a lot and stayed with her mother until she was older only for her. But now that I also need to be happy and she has to stop being difficult. My relationship with her mother does not concern her. My marriage with my wife does not concern her and she needs to stop. I would have never wanted to discuss my relationships with my child. But at this point, her mother has already involved, and I just want her to respect my decisions and hear the truth, even if it hurts. Am I the asshole? Your ex is an asshole, and she deserves an Oscar in the weaponize my teenager category. Why is she spilling the tea about all of the family drama, all of the family secrets, all of that stuff, like it's a fucking all-you-can-eat buffet? She's toxic as fuck, and she's bitter. You're the asshole because you decided to drop on your teenager because she pissed you off enough, so you decided to drop on her that you never loved her mom, as if that was going to make the situation better. Come on now. Surprise! That didn't lead to any warm, cuddly hugs. You got to understand that Beth is a teenager. So she's fueled by hormones. She's emotional. You know, she's going through whatever that she's going through as a teenager. And it's a tornado at this point. So dropping that on her was not the best thing to do. And then her mom whispering sweet fucking hate in her ears is not making the situation any better. So her meltdown is expected. So classroom, let's all get together. If we're handing out stars for who's the asshole here, The mom, you get a gold star mom. You get a silver star dad. And Beth, I'm sorry that you got to be put in the crossfire of your mom and dad's war because it honestly has nothing to do with you. Let me give you 3 possible solutions. Number 1, you can get family therapy. You and Beth can go if, mom is not ready to pull up and fight. And you guys can also add her into the mix so that y'all can all have therapy together and get the issue resolved. Next thing that you can do is you can also set up some ground rules between you, Beth, and mom. Somebody got to tell your ex that bashing you is not the way to go. It's not going to create a good co-parenting relationship. And it's not going to create a better relationship between you and your ex and you and your daughter. Not to mention, it's high-key, shitty-ass parenting. The third thing that you can do is you can try to invest in a little bit of father-daughter VIP time where you take her out for dates, do things that you like to do, and also things that she enjoys doing. So you can get to know her better. You can talk to her on a more personal one-on-one level to see how she's feeling about things so she's able to express herself to you. In the beginning, it's going to be hard. She might roll her eyes. She might say no. She might give you a little pushback, but it's worth a try to keep being persistent and just keep trying and trying and trying with her. She is your daughter after all. And she seems like maybe she's your only daughter at this point. The goal in doing this is to show her that, I am on your side. We are a team. We're a unit. And it's also to show her that I will do whatever I can to keep our relationship in a positive direction. So are you the asshole? Yes, you're the asshole, but your ex is also the asshole as well. I know that these things can be very, very difficult to navigate through. So I'm crossing my fingers and I'm hopefully the near future, everything works out and you guys are able to co-parent and Beth is okay as the child. And everything just turns out the way it's supposed to be, especially with this new baby coming. Am I the asshole for tearing down my half sister when she asked me why I couldn't have saved my mom's name for her to use for a future daughter? I, 27 female, gave birth to my first child a month ago. My husband and I named her after my late mom and a favorite name of ours for her middle name. My mom died 10 years ago, and using her name was something I always wanted to do. When my half sister, 24 female, first heard the name, she got a little pouty and asked me why I didn't see if she wanted to use the name instead. And she said she had always imagined giving her first daughter my mom's name. I told her I had always intended to use my mom's name, and my half sister said my mom was the closest person she ever had to a mom, and how she was always so sweet and accepting of her. And she felt like it could have been a nice way for her to show respect and show her she appreciated it. She said, I didn't need to use it. I said, I'm my mom's daughter, so of course I get to use it. My half sister said we were all family, and I emphasized in response that I was my mom's only child. My half sister said it might be true, but she accepted her into the family as well. And this is where I might be the asshole, because I told her that was not true. I told her my mom didn't have anything to do with her. She wanted nothing to do with her, but never felt good about taking out issues on kids. So she tried to be kind, but she did not love and accept her. And I told her to get real, thinking the woman who was cheated on would love and accept the child that came from the affair. I told her she shouldn't be trying to imply she had more of a right to my mom's name than I do when she was nothing to my mom, and her child won't be either. My parents married and had me. My mom found out dad cheated on her and got his other woman pregnant and divorced him. She had primary custody of me. My dad ended up with sole custody of my half sister. My dad made every effort to still be in my life, and he always brought my half sister when he'd show up to support me. My mom hated it. She never said that to me, but a couple of times I heard her talking to my aunt or grandma about how much she despised seeing my half sister there and how much she knew it was an awful thing to say, but that my half sister reaching out for her whenever dad brought her was tough. I always heard her talk about dad inviting her to be active in my half sister's life, and she declined. She said she could suck it up and not be mean to her face, but she didn't want to be around her more than she needed to be. Over the years, my half-sister did try to spend more time with my mom. My half-sister always made a beeline for my mom when she feed her. I remember when my mom died and my family and I had a private cremation for my mom, and my half-sister was so upset that she couldn't come, and my dad and I stopped speaking after that because he told me I should have made sure my half-sister could be there. Anyway, since my half-sister ran out crying, she has texted me and told me I was cruel and that I didn't need to crush her hope that my mom had loved her, that she'd been wanted by at least one female figure in her life. She said I never wanted to be with her and dad, and that I never wanted her with me and my mom either. Am I the asshole? Well, if today isn't the day to cook up the messy family soup and stir up the motherfucking pot, y'all are all the asshole, from the sperm right down to the motherfucking spawn. That means you, your father, and your motherfucking sister. This whole shit starts with the sperm, your fucking father. While your sister was so busy craving for a mother figure, he thought it was a good idea to shove the woman that he cheated on into the role of being a bonus mom to your sister. Meanwhile, your poor sister was just praying that somebody would step up, but your father was too busy spreading them legs open. Number 2, Who the fuck is your sister to tell you not to use your own mother's name? That don't make no fucking sense. Be fucking for real. That's like walking into somebody's house and then just trying to take over their whole entire house. It's unfortunate because what she's doing is trying to rewrite a fairy tale that never ever existed. And the thing about it is that she is looking for love from a female figure, from a mother that she never had. You have every right to name your child after your mother. Period. That's a no-brainer. But damn, you really gave her a reality check in the harshest way. I mean, you couldn't have a little compassion for her, knowing that her mother wasn't in her life and she looked at your mother as a motherly figure, whether or not your mother wanted her there at her house or she liked her or she hated her, whatever the case may be. Whenever she was around, your mother was kind to her. If your mom was that much of a bad person, she wouldn't want to have nothing to do with her whatsoever. She wouldn't even have let her step foot in her house. I mean, there was no sugarcoating. There was no Splendors. There was not even a fucking sprinkle of fucking stevia in that bitch. Just full blown, oh no, mom never liked you. Sorry, not sorry. That means that you had that sitting on your chest for years, for decades, okay? And you probably felt the same way about your sister that your mom felt about her due to the influence of your mom. And all you was doing was waiting for the right time to say it. Are you obligated to protect her from the harsh reality of life? No, you're not obligated. But if you really fucked with your sister like that, you would have known that, you know what? I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible, or I'm going to deliver it in a different way. It's really given that you're harboring the same feelings that your mom had for her. Why is this even a debate about a name? Why can't both of y'all use the name? That's your mom that gave birth to you and she took care of you. And you love your mom, so you can use the name for your daughter. Why can't she use the name too? Why y'all both can't use the name? At the end of the day, it don't matter if you fucking 1% sisters, 50% sister, half sister, three-quarter sister, y'all are sisters. So y'all daughters are going to be related regardless. So why can't both of y'all use the fucking name? Why are y'all arguing over a name? So are you the asshole? Yes, you the asshole. Your father's the asshole. Your sister's the asshole. All of y'all are fucking assholes.